today's video I'm making some replacement washers for the milling machine vise, and that's because the washers I'm using are too thin to take the load and distort, and once they've distorted, when you slacken the nut off to move the vise, the washers still grip onto the vise and make it difficult to move or turn the top of the vise. So today we're making 4 new washers. The washers have different bore sizes, and we start off by making a sketch of the washer and getting into the routine that when you're turning something on the lathe, if you haven't got a drawing, make a sketch so you know what you're doing, how you're going to do it, and what tools you'll need, and you can work out the process of machining the washers and getting the job correct first time, rather than making mistakes and finding that there are more problems along the way. So let's go into the workshop and see how we do it. These washers are far too thin and they distort. You can see that it's bent. The OD and the hole size are okay, but it's the thickness. I need a washer at least this thick to fit that. This one, the hole's too big, so I thought I'd make a few washers, and the same on this one at the top. This washer, the hole size is right, just needs a little bit thicker because it's still trying to pull down into the slot that the bolt goes in. So if I make some washers, so the difference is the hole size is different, the OD is the same. This particular one, the OD is 25mm, an inch. So if you could find a piece of steel bar, inch diameter, and then make a smaller hole for the smaller bolt. This one's 10mm hole, and this one is 12mm hole. This is a quick sketch of the components I want to make, a cross section. I find it's best if you make a sketch, then if you have to come back to it tomorrow, you can still see what you were doing, and it makes you think of how you're going to make the part. Yes, I could have thrown a bar in the lathe, turned the outside down, drilled a hole, parted it off, and found that I should have done it another way, because I want at least two washers at 12mm and 2 washers at 10mm. The diameter outside is the same, so I can use the same bar, and I want a thickness of about 3.5mm, and I'll put a chamfer on the top side. So the way I'll do this is I will make the 10mm washers first, because then I can open up the rest of the hole to 12mm and not waste so much material. I'll turn the outside down to an inch if I can't find a piece of bar that's an inch, and then before I face it off, I'll machine a 45-degree chamfer on the corner, face off the part, machine a chamfer on the next one, face off the part, and that'll produce me the washers. Yes, I can go and buy washers, but the difference is, for the sake of half an hour, I could make those. So it's not a complex job, it's a nice simple job. I've just placed a piece of 1-inch diameter mild steel bar in the chuck. It's a little off cut. I think I might just get 2 washers out of there if I'm lucky. Depends on the width of the parting off tool. First thing to do is face the front face off, as it's not very flat. Then centre drill, then drill the hole out for the bolt size, and then part the washer off. The next thing is centre drill. I'll just put a chamfer on the front edge. Now I've set the parting off tool square to the chuck and the body of the tool. Remember, I can't use the tool tip because this is an insert tool and the tool tip has a relief angle on each side. To set the tool position, touch the tool cutting edge on the end of the bar, move it across 3mm, which is the width of the tool, and a further 3mm to give you the width of the part you need. Before I part it off, I'll just take the sharp edge off the inside and file a chamfer on the back. One washer done. This one's left the phrase on the components. That's because it being an insert, it's square. This is probably the best parting off tool I've got. I think I might try one of those where the blade comes, it's on a blade rather than this. But if you look at this one, it's an insert, it's a 3mm wide insert. I found that if you have a 2mm insert, the body's smaller and it tends to snap off on the end easy because there's not enough material underneath to support the tool. So the next job is to remachine the front face. See if I can get another washer out of this. Don't think I can get onto that edge, so I will pull it out of the chuck a little more. Take the frays off the hole. And parting off tool on. Set it square. To the tool post. See if I can get that one off. And before I part that off, foil the back again. Clear the swarf out the way, and what I want to do is just countersink one side. So if you just hold it on a drill, you should be able to just get that level. And with the countersink cutter in the tailstock, and drop the speed down to the slowest speed, 210. One done. By placing it on the drill, you can hold it in position. Just countersink it. That's the 2 washers done for the milling vise. Okay, put the first one on. You can see now that's a lot thicker than the original one. This one was a 10mm bore, this one is a 12mm bore. And there's the one for the base. And the washer for the other side. Well, there we have it, 4 new washers for the vise. Hope it was interesting, hope it was useful, and we'll see you next time on Enots Engineering.